iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome to the Richmond International Raceway. Tonight we got a great one on our hands with the iNascar series here. We have the current Cup cars out here on track tonight, so 3 different body styles we'll see out here. We'll check out timing and scoring since we're in the middle of qualifying here. So far, the 29 machine is on the pole. We'll go check out the 55 machine, who is out on track for his first time lap. This is Vince Burns in the 55 machine. Lap number 1, he'll go P20. We'll see if he can improve that lap time. Will not. He slows on up there, so that will be his best lap. So it looks like most of the field done with qualifying right now. The 29 machine is at the top of the board. And we got the 114, the 038, and rounding out the top 5 is the 99 machine. If the 55 can improve his lap time. Looks like no, but we'll go to the 23 machine of Cody Keller. He is on his first time lap. He has not put in a lap time here, so we'll see what the 23 car can do here as he goes down the backstretch for his first time lap. Now here at the Richmond International Raceway on iRacing, pretty cool stuff that it has dynamic racetrack. What that means for these drivers, folks, is that the track will heat on up and certain grooves will come and go depending on how much wear is in the track and the temperature, how much that lane is being used. So these drivers will have to kind of find the right groove as it changes throughout this race, because we do have a long one in front of us, folks. 200 laps around this place, so we will see a lot of action, that is for sure. This is one of the shorter tracks the Cup Series will see, so we'll see some good action here as we get the 14 machine getting up to speed on the backstretch. We'll see what he can do. Looks like Cody Keller made it up to the 16th position. as we see the 14 machine cross the start finish line for his first time lap. He will go 22nd on the time and scoring. We'll see if he can improve that. I think he will. It seems like the fast lap for most drivers has been the second lap, so this should be the money lap for the 14 machine as he heads through 3 and 4 for the final time here. As he comes down the front stretch, he will improve his time and jump all the way up into the top 5. He will start in the 4th position, folks. So as we see qualifying start to wrap on up here, as you can see, you can find your favorite driver in the time and scoring on the left of our screen with their best times. As you can see, a pretty close spread throughout the field. I mean, all the way first through 24th is only separated by right around just over a second. So these times are very close here, so that should mean some close racing, which you always gotta appreciate. So a little bit of race information here from the Richmond International Raceway. Looking like a nice cool night, 79 degrees, partly cloudy, a little bit of winds out there, 7 miles per hour. The track length just under 3/4 of a mile tonight. So also a little thing to keep in mind, folks, 6 sets of tires over the wall tonight for these drivers, so they don't have to be too stingy about tires, but they have to keep it in the back of their minds because, you know, you don't want to use up all your sets way before when you need to. Also, stage racing tonight, we got 3 stages. The first stage ends at lap 50. The second stage ends at lap 100. And then we're going to the finish at 200 laps. See who can be the overall race winner. Of course, this is the iNascar series. If you want to check them out, be sure to check them out on Facebook and as well as iRacing. And maybe jump in their series if this is intriguing to you. The iNascar series is presented by the following sponsors: Prodigy Racing Association, also known as PRA. You'll see that a lot here. They are our very good friends here at iNascar, so be sure to check them out. Also, RS Button Boxes, and of course, Butt Kickers. So be sure to check out all of them for your sim racing needs if you need to turn that sim setup to the next level. And with a little bit of time, we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, we'll go through tonight's starting order. Alrighty, folks, we are back here at Richmond, and it looks like we got cars starting to head down to grid side. So we will walk through tonight's starting order. On the pole, we got the 29 machine of Sean Jensky. Starting outside pole is Joey Stats in the 1. Third will be Brandon Fetterplace in the 114. Fourth goes to, we watched him do it live, folks, is the 14 of Jeff Brogdon. Rounding out the top 5 in the starting order is the 038 machine of Philip Neese. 6th will be the 99 machine of Nick Wing. 7th will be the 16 of Cody Schultz. 8th will be the 17 machine of Dan Jensen. 9th goes to the 8 machine of Josh Douglas. Rounding out the top 10 will be the 79 of Scott Thomas. 11th will be Dylan Schultz in the 97. 12th is the 28 machine of Jeff Vickery. 13th will go to the 15 of Clark France. 14th is the 5 of Rich Mills. 15th is the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck. 16th goes to the 6 of Dan Hughes. 17th, the 23 machine of Cody Keller. 18th, the 27 machine of Stephen Ford. 19th goes to the 127 of Matt Allen. Rounding out the top 20, the 38 of Zach Miller. 21st, the 83 machine of Benjamin Bryant. 22nd is the 11 of Ryan Dent. 23rd is the 55 machine of Vince Burns. 24th goes to Cody Miller. 25th is Sean Kimmel. And 26th, and rounding out the starting grid, is the 31 of Alfonso Castiello. I'm sorry, man. I butchered your name there, but we'll call you the 31 machine. I'm sorry, I'll take blame on that. But that rounds out the starting field tonight for the iNascar Series here at the Richmond International Raceway. We're getting ready to do 200 laps, folks. So make sure you get a drink, grab a snack, and get ready for some short track action. Lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, and if you've been following me, folks, you know what that means. We are going green this time by, so we'll wait for the iRacing pace car to jump down pit road next time by. Excuse me. I guess I was off it there, a little rusty, folks. So next time by, the iRacing pace car will jump down pit road, and we'll go green flag racing for 50 laps to the end of stage 1. And folks watching at home, be sure to write out in the comments. We got the chat open here, so let me know who you're rooting for, who's your favorite driver out on track, and who do you think has the best paint scheme. I see some pretty nice paint schemes out here, so we got to all pick a favorite. Ready to go green this time, folks. The iRacing pace car jumps down into pit road, and we'll wait for the 29 machine to fire on off. We are green flag racing here at Richmond. So far, the field gets away as they head into turn number 1. We got all sorts of side-by-side action throughout this field right now. Make their way down the backstretch to complete lap number 1. You see the 5 car dive it into the inside of the 28 who we're looking at. One car slow down the road. That looks like the 20 of Sean Kimmel. Not sure what happened to him, but he is down off the pace, but he gets out everyone's way. Also, one car in the wall. Not sure who that was. It looks like maybe the 27 machine of Stephen Ford. And yeah, some heavy right side damage there. You see that right front already broke a control arm. That thing's just hanging on for dear life. He brings that thing pit side very early in the race. But up front, we got a new race leader, the 1 car of Joey Stats, out front leading the field here. So far, we have been clean and green, but there's action all over this racetrack. We jump once again right outside the top 10. And this is the first time we see cars side by side, almost 3 wide as they head down the front stretch into turn number 1. These guys giving it their all right now. But it's going to be a balancing act, folks. I think they can just make it on fuel here to stage number 1. Tonight, the Cup Series only has, in these cars, 50% fuel, so it adds a little bit of extra strategy for these drivers to try and understand, think about, worry about, as well as, of course, pushing these cars to the absolute limit. middle. The 15 machine gets a little tight. He will be stuck in the middle as cars are going by him, both the inside and the outside. But he slams the door on the 28. Now the 28 tries to go to the inside, but gets blocked by the 5 as one car loose off of the corner. That is the 10 machine of Vernon. Vernon, big time sideways, somehow keeps that car straight. Oh man, those tires got to be screaming for mercy on the back of this 10 machine as he smoked them big time going down that back stretch. Field kind of single filing on out, but we got a battle for third place up near the front. We got the 29 machine of Sean Jensky with the 14 of Jeff Brogdon. Looks like the 29 machine able to hang on to that position. He'll slap back into third, but Jeff keeping the pressure on that back bumper right now. We got a battle all the way back here in number 19 and 20. Looks like Zach Miller able to complete the pass on the 31 machine. Excuse me, the 83 machine. The 31 also to squeak on by, so a little down on power, not sure what's going on with that, but we'll jump up a little bit further as the battle right outside the top 10 continues to heat on up and still rage on with now the 28 machine to the outside of the 79. Looks like the 15 has entered the battle as well. Whoa, one car way sideways down the backstretch. That is the 127 machine of Matt Allen. He somehow keeps that thing straight, folks. When that thing starts coming around right side first, it is so hard to save. And somehow Matt Allen hangs onto that thing. He's got to have some dirt experience because that was a heck of a save there, folks. The front of this race, looks like the 1 machine continues to lead the way, but the 114 not letting him get too far in front, about a half a second back to second place, as you can see. On our hands here for P number 7, the 16 machine working over the 8th. Not giving up, fighting back on this outside. And folks, this outside will get stronger as this race goes on, as the groove kind of wears, as cars rubber in the groove on the inside line and cause it to lose some traction. You can see cars, more and more cars head to that outside line. 1 to carry some more momentum, but 2 to get some extra traction. As you see, the 8 able to hold on to P number 7. 97 maybe trying to throw his hat in the mix. Same with the 17 machine. So battles all over the racetrack. One battle going on is for second. The 29 machine trying to get back up to the front of the field. He's working over the 114 here as they head into turn number 1. Able to complete the pass fairly easily there. Right now it's kind of not the time to put on a hard-fought battle, especially this early in the race. It's just not worth it to risk a mistake, tear up some equipment, or burn off some tires, let's say, as well. So we have been seeing a lot of give and take here early, and that's always a good sign. Like one struggle spot out here on the Richmond Raceway is off of turn number 2. We've seen a lot of cars out there have their right rear step out from underneath them and really get out of shape as they continue to go down the backstretch. So we have to keep an eye off of turn number 2, because that seems like the biggest spot we'll see drivers struggling here tonight, is just trying to put down the horsepower in these NASCAR Cup Series cars. Starting to spread itself out just a little bit. Some guys kind of falling into certain groups, but a lot of people kind of pulling away from each other. But it looks like the 97 is running down the 8. The 97 now dives down to the inside. He'll try and make a move. Does not have the momentum like that outside line does, so he'll have the advantage in the corner, folks, as he's going all the way around the corner, but he won't have the drive as he does with that extra traction and that extra momentum running that high. As we head down this back stretch. A little bit of issues from one of the drivers, but he's back, don't worry. Oh. As we get the 16 now, also, as these guys are battling, that's slowing up their pace ever so slightly, allowing the cars behind them to catch. So now Colby Schultz is trying to go on the attack on that number 8 machine. Out front we have a new race leader. A few laps to go. The 29 machine has taken back over the point of this race. He got around the 1 machine, so Sean is back out in front in that 29 Premier Toyota. A little bit further back, we got another battle on our hands. We saw the 31 machine. He is working his way up through the field now inside the top 20. The 6 machine lets these cars on by. He knows it's time to save, not time to put on a big battle, so he's looking at the 6 of Dan Hughes right now. The 31 machine looking kind of sporty, but under fire from the 55. We'll have to be careful because the leaders are about a half a track back from them, so right now halfway through the stage, so they got to kind of keep this pace up if they want to avoid going a lap down before the end of stage number 1. As there's one driver out there, folks, complaining about lack of traction in the rear end, but on corner entry, actually. He's saying it's very unstable under braking, so he's got to put some turns in the brake bias to kind of help that. What that does, folks, so the brake bias is an in-car adjustment these drivers have at their disposal that can determine how much brake pressure is on the front rear wheels versus the rear wheels. So it can kind of affect how the car can enter, how stable you want it. The more rear brake you have, the more unstable it gets, but the more rotation it has, so you do less turning with the actual front wheel. So it's a fine balance to get the right brake bias, and it's a changing balance too as tires start to wear, start to lose grip. You know, you got to start counteracting that and start adjusting brake bias. So some of these drivers sound like they're having to, might need to start throwing some adjustments on there, especially halfway through a run. We'll see some tire fall off. We'll see who has saved, who has maybe started to use up some of their stuff. And right here we got a battle on our hands. All these guys are for position as well, so you see the 17 machine under fire from the 16 who has made his way into the top 10 now. Now under fire from that 79 machine. 79 machine able to get the run off the corner. He will take over number 10 and find yourself inside the top 10 here. Look at the leader here. The one car has ran down the 29 here once again. Now just over a car length distance. The one car gets a little bit loose out there, but as you can see in front of Sean, we got some lap traffic to deal with. So we'll see how these leaders can get around this lap traffic. Because, oh man, one car big time sideways down the backstretch. He keeps it facing the right direction, and we still stay green, folks. A common problem here tonight. Off of turn number 2, getting a lot of wheel spin, and losing that back end of these race cars. Let's jump on board with the one machine of Joey Stats and get the PRA onboard shot and see what he's seeing. And, had to check up there for that lap car. Was blocked by the leader, and then all of a sudden, surprise, there's a car there. Had to jump out of the gas, crank it to the left, but now has a lapper on his outside. Now prevent him from getting the best run he can to try and mount an attack on the leader, but we'll keep an eye on this as we continue to click off the laps here. And here there, folks, we got the 5-speed sequential transmission in these, I guess they're now the current gen Cup cars. So we'll hear some gear shifting happening here at Richmond as drivers either leave it in 4th or decide to shift to 5th. Now they're going down that front stretch. We'll see everyone shifting, but the question is, will they be shifting down the back stretch? We heard last time Joey leaving it in 4th. We'll see if he does the same here. Yep, so leaving in 4th down the back stretch for our 2nd place runner, but then shifting to 5th on the front stretch. So sounds like he is very easy on the brakes, taking it, kind of floating it in the corner, not really getting too loose or tight on entry, but a little bit loose coming on off, with trying to put down all this horsepower of these NASCAR Cup cars. You see him get to the right rear quarter panel of the leader. Will have a run down the front stretch. Will he look to the inside of the leader? I think he will, heading into turn number 1. This is the battle for the race lead, folks. And he's trying to put down that power down low, and it's so tough. Because especially when you're passing someone, folks, it is so tough to put down that power. You gotta just put that little bit of extra wheel to get that car turned and not hit the car in front of you. With that extra wheel, it can cause his back tires to snap, lose traction very easily. There's almost some side-by-side lap car action maybe ahead. We'll see how these leaders navigate these two as they are nose to tail. And oh man, splitting them up the middle. Sean knows he has no time to make a decision. He has to just go wherever there's a gap because he has Joey right on his tail here as we approach the end of stage number 1. Right now we have 16 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap, as we go to him, he smacks the backstretch wall. It's a 38 machine of Zach Miller. Still has a little bit of space to those leaders, but the first car I lapped down, we saw him just get lapped. It is the 127 of Matt Allen. He is the lucky dog right now. He's hoping that the leaders don't put the 38 machine a lap down, because if that's the case, he will, like I said, be the lucky dog recipient. He'll get his lap back. We will have to see how much ground these leaders cover here in these last 5 laps of stage number 1. As a little bit further back, we've got a battle for the right around the last position in the top 10 here. The 17 machine under fire from the 28. These guys are nose to tail. The 28 looking for any sort of room. It looks like he's trying to go to the top side to see if he can make it happen here, as they have a lap car of the 15 machine. Up front, the 29 machine is leading the way here as we get 3 laps till the end of the stage. This time by pit road will be closed, so no one can come into pits here. See the one staying right with him though, not letting him get too far away, and making sure that if Sean does have a big mistake, Joey can pounce on the opportunity. He's able to click off another 10th that lap. That one car is pushing it here, trying to get the stage win. He's going to try and get a run down this back stretch, see what he can do with this 1 lap to go once they get to the start-finish line. Alright, we are on the last lap of stage number 1. Keep our eye on this battle, but there's also a battle for 2nd on track and 5th, 6th, and 7th, so we have to see how that shakes on up as we get a lap car right here at the end. Cody's going to try and stay on the lead lap. Looks like he won't though, so he will get it done. Sean will be the stage winner. 2nd will be Joey in the 1 machine. He had a great run. 3rd will be the 114. 4th goes to the 14, and rounding out the top 5 from stage number 1 is the 99 machine. We'll go, looks like the field is catching the iRacing pace car. We'll wait for them to get rolling, get all settled in, probably have their pit stop, and then we'll see if we can talk to the 29 machine and see we can get a word with him after that stage 1 win. As we see all the cars on the lead lap heading down pit road. See who can win the race off of pit road as we got cars heading in their stall. And a little bit of an error from the 1 machine. We saw him have to roll back. That'll probably cost him at least a spot on pit road. We'll have to see. As the 29 machine wins the race off of pit road by a long time. But here will be the battle. See if the 1 car, I think he just got it over the 14, but the 14 able to jump up position with the race off of pit road. We'll go try and talk to the driver of the 29 machine. See if we can get a word with him, folks. Dial up the 29. little bit of technical difficulties on my end, folks. Sorry about that. And we are gonna go Alrighty. Let's see if we got a copy from our Stage 1 winner, folks. Hey, Sean, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Alrighty, Sean. Glad to hear you. How is this 29 machine? You're able to get that Stage 1 win, but a little bit of pressure, it seemed like, that whole run. How was the car?
I mean, car was good. Joey's fast. He's, keep me on my toes the whole run. My tires definitely weren't liking how I spun a little bit coming out of 2 a few times, but other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. We got a rocket ship tonight.
Yeah, it seems like your car, is driving pretty good out here, Sean. And looking forward to it. I assume the game plan about the same here. Probably save a little bit of tires, then go after it.
Yep, same as last stage here. I'm gonna make it to the end of the stage, be on lap 100, so no need to put myself a lap down.
Alrighty, Sean. Well, it looks like the lights are on the pace car, so we'll let you go. But before we go, I gotta ask, how do you say your last name?
Jensick.
Jensick. All right, I'll make sure I got that. So best of luck to you, Sean, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again here by the end of the race.
Yep, thank you. Hopefully talk to you soon.
Alrighty, folks, that was our Stage 1 winner there as we get a delayed restart here, so that'll allow me to get the cameras all set up, make sure the camera boys are on top of their game, and it looks like we're pretty good, so sounds like they maybe had a little bit of time and scoring issue, getting everyone in their right spots as the pace car will pick up this field again here. And once again, the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, so we will be going green next time by. We will now be racing to lap 100 as that is the end of stage number 2. Stage 1 did go to the 29 machine, who is restarting in P number 1 as the iRacing pace car heads down pit road. We'll wait for the 29 to jump on the loud pedal. He does that right here. We are green flag racing here once again. Awesome restart. Looks like Joey able to file back in for second, but side by side battle for a second. As they come off the corner, the 14 slams the door. 114, maybe thinking about making it to the inside, and Joey with a send down low. He is going to be the race leader at the start-finish line. He's able to take over the position from the 29 machine. Looks like folks got a little bit of cloud cover. We'll see a lot of fast laps this time by. As we get a yellow flag, folks, we'll have to see what happens further on back in this field. See if we can maybe catch who it was, what happened out there for one of these drivers right now. Not shown. Maybe the 31 machine was involved, so we will go for the turn 3 replay and see what happened to the 31. Oh man, we saw it, folks, many of times. We knew it was coming, and we had it on lap number 58. The 31 machine getting out of sorts and just overcorrects, puts that thing in the wall. A little bit of rear end damage from the 38, but I think all these cars will be able to move on along. Keep on trucking as they are both still out there on track. So our first true yellow of the night on lap 60, I'll take that. It shows our second because of stage number 1 counting as a yellow. So folks, a little bit of information with this yellow flag. Are one of the main sponsors for this league that helped put this whole thing together is PRA. You might be wondering, what is Prodigy Racing Association? Well, It is a PlayStation Racing League and now an iRacing. Well, getting their feet wet in iRacing. That yeah, is big into the racing community over there, such as games like Gran Turismo, GTA 5, and Wreckfest. They got over 190 members strong and looking to have some more. So if you're interested in joining a community, if you're on PlayStation looking for some friends, be sure to check them on out. As this time by, we should see the lights extinguish on the iRacing pace car, and we'll see them double filed on up. As that's not the case, we got the 2 to green, so but yeah, this restart, we'll see how the 29 will start, not being on pole position on a restart. The 29 will be starting outside pole. The 1 will have control of this restart. Lights this time are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. Will be going green next time by. We'll see the field re-rack them, restack them, double file it on up. Also, with that last yellow flag, the 127 of Matt Allen was the lucky dog. He's able to get back on the lead lap. So we have 16 cars on the lead lap right now. And it looks like we have about 23 still out on track, 22, 23, so still a lot of racing action to be had as we're on lap 63 of 200 as the iRacing pace car will jump down pit road and will wait on the 1 machine to fire on off. He gets on the loud pedal, gets an impressive restart. The 29 machine sleeping big time with him not being able to control the start. He's now under fire from the 14 as they head into turn number 1. And we'll see if everyone makes it cleanly off of turn number 2. It looks like it as the field spreads wide down the backstretch, especially mid-pack here, folks. Oh, 1 car big time sideways in front of the field. It looks like he gets hit by 1. We'll have to see how many more get involved there as cars getting on the binders. And that was the first big one of tonight's event. And it looks like it started with the 038 machine of Philip Neese. We'll go back to the turn 3 replay and see what happened to the 38 machine. As it looks like a little bit too much wheel, a little bit too much throttle on that top side. And just like we saw with the 31, got sideways. And oh man, that 5 car of Richard Mills, hoping the 38 would get around him. Not quite. It looks like France also with some front end damage. So a couple more torn up race cars. I don't know how bad the damage is, especially with these next gen cars. They're a little bit finicky with the damage. Sometimes a big hit doesn't really damage the cars, and then sometimes small hits can absolutely destroy them. So we'll have to see what of these cars can continue, but a tough break for that 038 machine. As of course, folks, as old Darrell Waltrip once said, cautions breed cautions, as we are into the 3rd caution of tonight here on lap number 67. It looks like the 038 machine able to continue. He's rolling out of his pit box. Also, folks, we will keep an eye on some of the stuff like the biggest mover. Right now, the biggest mover goes to the 55 machine of Vince Burns. He is up a whopping 14 positions right now, just inside the top 10 right now, running in the 9th position. So we'll see if he can continue to make his way forwards in this field. The heartbreaker word goes to the 16 machine of Cody Schultz. He is down 15 positions from where he started, and it looks like on pit road, getting some tires at least, but it looks like that machine might have some damage, as looks like maybe even a little bit of a handful just on pit road alone. This time by the iRacing pace car will extinguish its lights. We'll go back and try to restart again, folks, here. Once again, the one machine will lead us to green flag. We'll see if the 29 can get a better restart, because that last one did not bode well for starting on the outside. Had to battle back, but got back to second when the caution flag eventually flew there. As the iRacing pace car will make its way down pit road, and we'll wait for the 1-2 fire on off. We are green flag racing here again from Richmond. 29 machine trying to put the block on the 14, not have his nose on the inside of him into turn number 1, but that will be the case as they continue to fight for a second. Oh, big time sideways is the 14, and one car hard into the wall down in the back. Some heavy contact, and another car tangled up in there. It looks like one car in the wall was the 9 machine, and I think it started with the 15 machine of Clark France. So we will go back to the replay and see exactly what happened. It looked like a lot of wheel spin from a lot of drivers down the backstretch. We saw the 14 machine of Jeff Brogdon doing, and now we see the 15 of Clark France just getting, oh, that's a pretty heavy right front contact, clips the 9. The 9 machine then just in for the ride, locks it on down, and actually does a good job not getting any extra damage. But you gotta wonder, is that right rear bent out of whack? Is that thing still tracking straight? Is he still out there on track? And that car looks halfway decent, so we will have to just wait and see. With this yellow, we'll throw it to commercial break, and we'll be back on the other side. And the lights are extinguished back here at Richmond Raceway. we are going to try and go green flag racing next time by. Also, big shout out to our sponsors here at Turn 3 Racing Network, the simwrapmarket.com. Be sure to check them out if you want your car absolutely standing out on a broadcast. As stage number 2 right now, folks, has been a little bit of cautions so far. The most cautions out of any other stages so far, had 3 from it. So we'll see if we can get these last 25 laps clean and green as we are back green flag racing once again. Joey gets an awesome restart, and now the 114 looking to the inside of the 29 as they head through turns 1 and 2. And it looks like everyone able to make it out of tricky turn number 2 as we see the 14 empty, set it in there. That causes the 97 to shoot on up, but he jumps on the throttle and continues the run down the front stretch, able to keep P number 5. They are side by side behind him. We ride on board with the biggest Beaver now up 16th position. That is Vince Burns in this 55 machine. He's making that outside absolutely work for him. He's rolling that thing. Big time Tyler Taz once again. The number 10 Mike's Hard Lemonade Machine of Vernon Broadbeck. Able to keep that thing facing the right direction though, and still inside the top 10. Battle for 6th position continues to rage on. The 79 machine of Scott Thomas down low. Vince Burns in the 55 up top. Neither of these guys able to really drive away from one another. And 79 will be able to clear the 55. Will jump up to that top side, take that lane away. Sets his sights on the 97 machine and see if he can reel in this gap. And this top 5 has checked out a little bit. Almost a second gap between them and 6th place. As we see the 114 of Brandon Fetter place. Kind of getting some pressure now from Jeff Brogdon in the 14. Also Dylan Scholl right there as well. So we may have a 3-car battle heating on up here before this stage is over. And then in theory, folks, starting to think a little bit ahead in this race, you could probably split the final stage into 2. Run at 50-50 as we are back under yellow flag here at Richmond Raceway. It looks like the 31 DoorDash machine having some issues once again on the backstretch. We will see what happened and get the turn 3 replay going. As we see the 31 heading off of turn number 2. And it looks like, yeah, just the back end steps on out, goes to correct it, and then got that whip weight from all that left side weight, able to hit the wall. And man, that 23, as you saw, just get through. Cody Keller just misses the back end of that 31 machine. I don't think there's an inch between them. We'll go watch that replay one more time, but now we'll jump on board with the 23 car and see just how close it was, as we'll watch ahead and see the 31 get loose, put it in the wall here, and then we'll see how close Cody gets to that car, because I couldn't imagine there is more than a few inches. As you see there, whew, doesn't get too much closer than that, folks. as it looks like no super strategy being played in these stage cautions, folks. It seems like everyone's staying on out till the end of the stage. They all know how important track position is over those new Goodyear tires. As with a little bit of time, you know, we got some time to have. Maybe we'll try and talk to the driver of the 127 machine of Matt Allen. We've been seeing him. He's been all over the place a little bit, but right now back on the lead lap, so we'll maybe talk, see how his race is going. Hey Matt, you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Oh, how you doing? Seems like a little bit of up and down night for the 127 machine here. You're a lap down, back on the lead lap now, and how's this car driving?
Was driving good earlier. I had really good long run speed when we ran those 50 clean green flag laps. I started to kind of run myself way back up, but those leaders caught me kind of at the end. But it's doing decent. It'll be hopefully we can have a better second stage here and find get in the top 10 here so we get some points for the playoffs, and we'll see how she goes.
Alrighty, yep, sounds like a good plan, Matt. Looks like you got to get around 5 cars or so.
Yeah, starting 15th in this restart, so we'll see where we're at. We do got some fresh Goodyears, so we're hoping it'll get us to the front.
There we go. I like the strategy. We haven't seen too many cars pit for just tires in these stage yellows, so best of luck to you. Looks like the lights are out, so we'll let you get back to it, Matt.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks. That was the 127 machine of Matt Allen there. We'll see how he does on this restart. Trying to get in the top 10, like he said. Trying to get some stage points. We'll see how it works out for him. Has 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that machine as well. So I'll keep an eye on the scoring and timing on the left there. See if we can see him get in the top 10 and see how quickly he can if he does. We'll wait for the one car of Joey Stats to lead us to green flag. He gets on the loud pedal. We are back racing once again. Brandon better place to the inside of the 29 of Sean Jensen. Sean, though, able to keep that momentum, get the run down the backstretch, able to clear himself. Now the 14 of Jeff Brogdon. Once again, throwing his hat in the mix as well, but as these guys all battle, that is letting the one car of Joey get away, and I'm sure he's like, keep on battling behind me, guys. That's what he would want to see as we get inside of 10 laps to go here in stage number 2. Here, the 79 machine battling the 97 for the top 5 here. Able to clear, so give the top 5 to Scott Time. A little bit of contact there. The 99 gets into the back of the 55, but I think it was because the 55 kind of reacting to that car blinking in front of him, you know. Had to be a little bit cautious, but now the 99 trying to make that high side work. And now we see the 038 machine is back up in the action. There's one car big time sideways. They are wrecking on the front stretch. Looks like the 17 machine of Dan Jensen is involved. We will throw to the turn 3 replay and see what happens. It looks like the 17 may be trying to cross over, maybe falling in line behind the number 10 machine. And yeah, that rear end once again just steps out from underneath him, tries to save it, and oh man, gets some overcorrection and involves the 6 and the 8 as well. They get a little bit of damage here before the end of stage number 2. As this will probably leave pretty close to like a green-white checkered in the end of the stage, so we will have to see how this works as we got some takers down pit road. The 14 going to do a little bit of strategy, going pit here and probably not pit during the stage. So I like the strategy from these guys, like the 14, the 55, 6 is also down pit road, and it looks like the 8 as well down pit road from that yellow as well. So that will shake up a few positions, so we'll have to see how this works out for these drivers. Also allows drivers further in the back to probably get some stage points, like the likes who we were just talking to of Matt Allen, who finds himself right now in the 10th position. As the top 3 will stay the same, but below that, all jumbled up with some drivers pitting. Now Scott Thomas will be all the way up into 4th position. He'll have a shot maybe at the top 3. We'll have to see how he can do up there. Also, we saw Philip Neese spin there, bring out, I think it was yellow number 2 or 3, but now has gotten that car repaired and almost back in the top 5, so we'll see how he can rebound. He did get that, I'm pretty sure, repaired with a fast repair, folks, so this league does have one fast repair, allow you to make one big mistake, come back out there, continue your race, your race isn't over. What a fast repairs does for those folks that don't know, it repairs the car fully, so it's kind of like one reset you get. Something that's kind of nice to have in case you're in a wreck. You know, it wasn't caused by you, you're just an innocent bystander, and it doesn't mean your race has to be over prematurely. But if you use it, you know, then you got to start thinking about without it, as you got to start racing maybe a little bit more cautiously. As the lights are extinguished once again here at Richmond Raceway, we will try and go back green flag racing for the end of the stage. It will be a 3-lap shootout as we're going to lap 100 to conclude stage number 2. The iRacing pace car is down pit road. The 1 fires on off. We are back green flag racing here as the 29 able to clear himself going into turn number 1. He'll have one last attack as we see the 79er Scott Thomas head straight up top trying to get that run. As we see Sean, big mistake down the backstretch. He will lose 1, maybe 2 positions with that as he got big time sideways trying to put the power down and get a run on the leader, see if he could sneak another stage win, but looks like will not be the case. He'll now try and hang on to 3rd position. As we look up to the front, Joey Stats able to continue to lead the way as we get a lot of side-by-side action here. As this will be the white flag lap for stage number 2. I know Joey's just wanted to see that green and white checker flag to know that he's got it in the bank. Get some bonus points for the playoffs as we see some guys pushing it to the limit on this last lap here, but Joey able to hang on for it. He will be the stage winner. The 114 in 2nd. 3rd will go to the 29 machine. 4th is the 79. And rounding out the top 5 is the 97 machine. As we'll see him slow on up here. Get in line and get ready to make another pit stop here. And get 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Top it off with fuel. And get ready for the final stage. As, oh man, everyone able to get down pit road except for our race leader. So he'll either have to come in this time by or else he's staying out there on a different strategy. We'll have to see what happened. And I think we might have to dial him up. We'll probably wait till after the pit stops, of course, but we'll have to dial up the one machine, see if we can get a word with him. But if he does end up pitting, that will recycle and give the 14 the lead. We saw him make that strategy call to give up some stage points, but ultimately able to restart the final stage from the lead. So we'll have to see how he can hang on to that. As yeah, we see the one car stay on out, so Joey staying on out. We'll have to dial him up. We'll see if the stage 2 winner has a copy. We'll try and talk to him now. Hey Joey, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you. How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. I don't think as good as you. You're able to get the stage 2 win. How is this car driving here tonight for you?
So far so good. It seems pretty stable. Exit of 2 is a little loose, but I think everybody's dealing with that over that big hump coming out of the corner.
The lucky dog.
Yeah, I was going to say that seems to be the difficult spot for a lot of people. A lot of yellows. All but one of the yellows was off at turn number 2. So yeah, it seems like these cars are being a handful here tonight at Richmond. Seems like hard to put down that power.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
So Joey, we got to ask. Everyone else has pitted around in the last 10 laps. You stay on out. Was this a scheduled strategy call, or did you miss the pit road opening there?
It was kind of a mistake, but I think it'll work out. Because I think here in a little bit we'll have to pit again anyways, and I'm going to pit, I think at the beginning whenever our pit window opens up. I think we get about 60 laps on fuel. So I should make it to there.
Yep, I was going to say my notes has around 60 to 50 laps of fuel range. So, alrighty, Joey, I like the strategy. You know, we'll see how you do out here. But once again, congratulations for the stage 2 win. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again here soon, but we'll let you go. Talk to the crew chief before. I assume this time by we'll get the 1 to go and get ready for the restart. So, Joey, best of luck to you. Hopefully you can be talking at the end of this race here.
All right, appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks, that was our stage 2 winner, Joey Stabs, in the one machine. He will also be leading us to green flag here once again. We'll see how he can fare with these new tires around him. Everyone on new tires, and then the first one off of pit road from that very last time is our 5th place car, the 114 of Brandon Fetter Place. As we will now go for our longest stage, the final stage. We'll try and do 95 laps here as we are back green flag racing. Once again, Joey Stats with an awesome restart. The 14 machine able to get away and hang on to second, but now we'll look a little bit further on back and see how this field makes its way through these first couple laps on these cold, fresh tires. We are looking at the 79 machine making his way on that top side. We'll go look a little bit further ahead, and the man on the mission, it seems like tonight, the 55 machine, still moving up in the time and scoring. He's now found himself inside the top 5. Now up to 4th now. As he is up a whopping 19 positions and looking to increase that amount as he's challenging now to the backside of the 8. He'll go all the way to the top. Try and get that big run down the backstretch, but has to jump on out of it and loses quite a few spots. The one car very low. That is the 127 machine of Matt Allen. Keeps that thing facing the right direction though, and we stay green flag racing here for the iNascar Racing Series at Richmond. Right now, I'm impressed, Joey, on these old tires, able to hold off the 14 as we see the 10 machine at the top of your screen get a little bit sideways, but the 1 machine able to hang on, but the 14 is applying a lot of pressure now. This lap or the next one. as it looks like we got an incident that did not bring out a yellow flag. We got two spinning down the backstretch. The 038 machine is around here once again, and it looked like he might have gotten some help as we go look at the yellow flag and see what may have happened. As this is actually beforehand, folks. Oh, actually no contact. The 038 machine reacting to the 79 machine sideways and just was able to crack it sideways, not able to save it, and that will bring out the yellow flag. So no contact actually, but a little bit of contact for the wall for the 38 machine. Also, we had a incident down the backstretch for the number 20 machine, but no yellow flag. So we'll take a look, see what happened under green flag that did not cause the yellow, as we see the 20 machine get big time out of shape, make heavy contact with that inside wall, but we stay green flag racing as he spins and gets that thing to a stop safely off the racing surface. So the 14 was able to complete the pass before the yellow flag came on out, so he will be leading us to green flag. That's not what Joey wanted to see though. That will bring those fresh tires right back to his back bumper. So Jeff Brodin leading the first laps for him tonight here at Richmond. He's out there in front. We got Joey Stats in second. Third is Brandon Fetterplace. Fourth goes to Sean Jensky. And rounding out the top five, the biggest mover of the night so far, Vince Burns in that 55 machine. So quite a shakeup in the top five. You know, we saw Sean be very dominant in stage number one, and then in stage number two Joey had the field, but now with a very different strategy from the rest of them. He will have an extra set of tires though, so we'll have to keep that in mind, but he is now in second and probably won't be able to hang on in that position for too long, as those other tires will come in and his will continue to wear, as he has about a 50 lap difference to most cars around him. He last pitted at lap 51. This is the one of Joey Stats, where Jeff Brogdon last pitted at lap 94, and third and fourth place both pitted last at lap 101, and most of the field has. So about 50 lap difference in tire wear for this one car. We'll see how he can hang on as the lights are extinguished once again on the iRacing pace car. And we all know what that means, folks. We are going green flag racing next time by. Alrighty folks, the iRacing pace car has headed down pit road and we are back green flag racing. The 114 gets a great restart compared to the 114. Seems like the leader always at least will have a 3-car advantage by the time they all head into turn number 1. Now Joey will try and hang on 7-10, but he will be outnumbered with that tire disadvantage. Brandon Fetterplace trying to make the move. He'll probably get it done by the time they get to the backstretch. We'll see if Sean Jensky can throw his hat in the mix as well. As one car big time smoke out the left side. I think that was the 127 machine of Matt Allen. I think had to get on the binders or else maybe missed a shift. One of the two. As Joey Stab's able to hang on to the top side, but not one out. The 114 able to clear him that time down the backstretch. And some of the fastest laps were just put in last time, folks. Our leader, Jeff Rogers, just put in the best times. And it's a 122 or 22.54, and that is the fastest out of anyone on track. So Jeff Brogdon with some clean air, putting down some absolutely flying laps on this field here. Now that I said that, of course someone else has to go faster, and that would be second place, able to do 1,000th better. So we'll have to see if the 114 can start catching the leader. That time by though, he was a 10 slower. As we look a little bit further back, Sean putting the move on Joey. Most of the field has single filed on out. They know it's a long run coming, so they got to take care of their cars as well as the tires that are underneath them, because they at least need to get to lap 50. But the question is, will we see drivers taking tires, maybe trying to torpedo it? We will have to wait and see what kind of strategy comes out from these drivers' crew chiefs. We look a little bit further back, and a battle's heating up from 7th on back. Vernon trying to hold at bay the 97 and the 79, but it's only a matter of time before they get around this. Scott Thomas already to the top side of the turn machine. The 97 now will just look for an opening. He's got to pick and choose what car he wants to go with. Looks like he'll go down to the inside line. As with a little bit of green flag action, folks, what do you say we go throw it, give myself a little bit of break, and we'll throw it up to the turn 3, turn it up. So I'll be back on the other side, but let's enjoy the sights and sounds of these NASCAR Cup cars here at Richmond Raceway. As I say that, we get a yellow flag, so we'll have to wait for the turn 3, turn it up, as we'll try and figure out what brought out the most recent yellow flag here. And it looks like the 27 machine may have been involved. That is Stephen Ford. Will go and check out what may have brought out this yellow flag here, as once again heading off of turn number 2, we see him get sideways and just once again get that overcorrection and a heavy impact from the 127 machine of Matt Allen, and he just clips the outside wall as well. So some pretty fairly large hits there, folks. And both those cars will be damaged, I assume, on pit road, trying to get some repairs done. But that will once again bunch up this field as we see the one car down pit road. So we'll see him take some tires. And this is the first yellow of stage number 3. But our 9th in total here at Richmond. And so a little bit of information about this iNascar Racing Series League, folks. They are a NASCAR series, of course, as you can see, racing on Thursday nights. They kind of mimic the actual Cup schedule, so they have a 32-week season with, of course, the round of playoffs. So that's why all these guys are trying to get some points, get into that all-important playoffs, and try and, of course, make it to the next rounds. But right now, they are on race number 16 of their season, so getting close to the end, because round 18 will be the regular season championship night at Daytona, and then they start the playoffs, making their way from the tracks everyone loves, such as Darlington, Bristol, Talladega, and then, of course, ending it at the Phoenix International Raceway. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to check them out on Facebook, as well as try and find their league on iRacing and apply. I'm sure they'll love to see the car counts. They have a healthy car count to begin with, up to 27 cars here on the premise. 26 took the green flag, and right now we have about 18 or so still on the lead lap. Are extinguished on the iRacing pace car. We'll get ready to re-rack them, restack them, and get ready to go green flag racing. Once again, the 14 machine will be leading us to green flag. As we are back green flag racing here at Richmond. The 14 machine able to get once again, a great restart. We always see that leader get out there in front of the field, but now John making a move on the 114. They are side by side, too deep, all the way back through this field as the 97 machine big time sideways down the backstretch. He keeps it facing the right direction, but of course losing a few positions because of it. But you gotta look at the bigger picture, and he's still facing the right way, and his race continues. As the 29 machine able to clear the 114, so he will now try and chase down the 14 machine. As we look a little bit further back here, some side-by-side action as we see the one car of Joey Stats already making his way through this field on those fresh Goodyears. One car very close to the wall. That's the 99 machine of Nick Wing, trying to hang on to these positions as much as he can. Vince Burns leading the secondary pack right now in that 4th position. He's up now 19 positions, but this is a heated battle going on right here from 5th on back. As, a little bit of contact there. It looks like the 5 car got some help from the 038, but somehow keeps that thing straight. Holy smokes, folks. That was a save and a half by the 5 machine. That makes the highlight reel for sure. Wow, that was a save by the 5 of Richard Mills. Up front, though, we continue to see the battle raging on for this second pack. Now the 97 of Dylan Schultz has made his way back on up after he saw him get big time sideways down that backstretch. He's able to bring it to 4th, but under heavy pressure from the 1 car now, who's trying to make it 3 wide through 1 and 2. They're able to clear the 55. Now Joey's able to clear himself. He does that right there in turns 3 and 4, and now we'll try and chase down these race leaders as he gets sideways. And everyone in this field still has to make one last pit stop for fuel. The pit window is about to be open here. I for sure say after lap 145, we could see drivers coming down at any lap. We'll have to see when they decide to. But with this field spread on out, we'll try it once again, the turn 3, turn it up. So I will be right back. We'll enjoy the sights and sounds of cars here at Richmond Raceway. Alrighty, folks, we are back here. And right now, Sean Jensen has reclaimed the race lead. He is back out there on the point. He has gone around the 14 machine, who is now starting to feel the pressure from the warning. And Joey trying to reel down this leader with that different strategy and kind of working out for him. He is now up to second as he's able to clear the 14 there. So now we'll see if he can reel in the race leader. His last time by, he was about 2/10 quicker. We'll see what he is this time by, folks. As you can see there, folks, that is the difference in the lap times in the bottom of your screen. So Joey on lap 144, almost 2/10 quicker. Last time by, 3/10 quicker. So that one machine is catching this race leader. That time by, I think it was more even though. Just under a 10th difference last time by. So he is eating away at the lead, but at a fairly decent pace. But the question will become, will he get there by the time the leader decides to pit? As we look a little bit further back, a battle right around the end of the top 10 as they run. Josh Douglas finding his way back inside the top 10 here. He is running in the 8th position here. Folks, there has been a lot of comers and goers here tonight. But as we jump back up to the front, we got 50 laps to go, folks. And Joey has ran down Sean here for the race lead. The one car looking to the inside down the backstretch. Doesn't quite have enough of a run. He will back it on down and try and mount another attack here. We'll have the run going into turn number 1 down low. We have side-by-side racing action for the race lead. We got the one machine down low, the 29 up top. The one machine is on newer tires. We'll have to keep that in mind, folks. But showing us why tires do matter, especially in the long run. As we see some smoke and a car slowed down low. I think that's the 38 machine of Zach Miller, and it is as, oh, that car is heavily damaged, and it looks like able to keep it out of everyone's way, but that thing has a broken right front control arm as that tire is just flopping around, and that throws a curve into the strategy, folks. That splits it up perfectly where people don't have to pit from here on out for fuel, but they can pit for tires. So we'll see how this works on out. But after this pit cycle's on through, we're going to try and talk to a driver. That driver being try and get in contact with the 83 machine of Benjamin Bryan. Let's see if we can get a word with him, folks. And it looks like, folks, we'll try and dial him up. Not seeing his link, though, so we'll see if he's got a copy. Hey, Benjamin, it's Brett the Jet in the booth here. Do you got a copy? Yeah, so if anyone's watching and can get in contact with the 83 team, tell them to jump into our communication so I can maybe try and grab a quick word with him. But so far, not seeing any response from the 83 machine here tonight. As we see, the whole field came down pit road to get some tires and fill it up with fuel. So Sean will be the race leader. He won the race off of pit road, and now we'll have to see how everyone does on the even playing field. Everyone's good on fuel to the end. The question is, when do you get any more tires? When do you do? That's all the tough job of these drivers, crew chiefs here tonight. We have the 10th caution here of the night. 2 of those have been stage breaks, so we have had 8 yellow flags for incidents. As the lights are extinguished on the pace car, we see the wave rounds getting up to speed, getting their lap back, and we'll get them double filed and get ready pretty much for, we could probably consider this the final stint of the stage. 50 laps, not have to worry about fuel anymore, but we'll have to see how these drivers take care of these tires. and what kind of strategies can unfold. As the iRacing pace cars down pit road, we'll wait for the 29 to fire on off. He keeps them very high on the racetrack. We are back green flag racing. The one able to clear the 14 going into turn number 1. He's able to hang on to second. Sean able to shoot out like a cannon on that restart, as the leaders have done every single restart. As Jeff Brogdon and Brandon Fetter place go wheel to wheel here. It looks like the 114 able to hang on, and it looks like the 038 machine once again facing the wrong direction here at Richmond. We'll go to the turn 3 replay and see what happened to bring out this most recent yellow. As we see it heading into turn number 1, the 38 machine, oh man, like we were saying folks, playing with the brake bias, had way too much rear brake in there. The rear end steps out on corner entry, able to lock it up, keep it off the wall, and man, some good wreck avoidance by Cody Sandling in the 9 machine. As up front, not too much has changed in the order, as we are under 40 laps to go here tonight. And just in case, we gotta mention them again, folks. The iNascar series here at Richmond is presented by PRA, or Prodigy Racing Association. If you're looking for some friends with some similar like-minded, let's say, and you're looking for some friends on PlayStation, be sure to look into them. They got a great community of 190 members strong and looking to make that more. Also, if you're looking to upgrade that sim setup, get a box for all those buttons you need for adjusting everything in these cars. Be sure to check out RS button boxes. And if you're just looking to take your sim to the next level, be sure to check out Butt Kicker with all their goodies. I see we got some activity in the chat. We got Zane out there. How we doing today, Zane? We're winding down in this race in the final 40 laps. This is where the give and take starts to go away. We start seeing people turning up the wick, and a lot more take and a lot less give. So we'll have to see what will unfold here, because there's a lot of racing still to be had. The 83 machine rolling off of pit road, making sure he stays on the lead lap. As don't forget, folks, we will be talking to the top 3 at the end of this race, so don't go anywhere when this race is over. Be sure, especially if your favorite driver finishes in the top 3, be sure to stick on around and listen to what they have to say. Hey Zane, you know who this is. This is Brett the Jet from Turn 3 Racing Network, broadcasting our buddies from the iNascar series here at the Richmond Raceway. So far has been a great race. Can't wait to see how this ends for these drivers. And who I'm rooting for, you know, these are some new names, new faces, so don't quite have everyone nailed on down, but, you know, out of everyone, I might have to go a little bit of a long stretch, but You know, I've been liking what I've seen out of the 55 machine. You know, he's come through this field quite a bit, but this 29, 114, and the 14 have all just been so fast tonight. It's hard to pick any of those four. As we are back green flag racing here. Once again, Sean gets a great restart. This time, Brandon able to stay to the inside of the one, so they'll be side by side in turn one. As you see, Brandon get big time sideways into the corner. As he gets losing words out here, as he gets big time sideways down the backstretch as well, he loses all those positions. So, as well as those rear tires now being super hot, begging for mercy, he'll have to be careful these next couple of laps, as those rear tires are going to be smoking hot for the 114. But he goes all the way from third, all the way back down, as we are back under yellow flag here at Richmond Raceway. As now the 97 machine is into the top three, as we'll try and take a look and see what brought out this most recent yellow. It looks like it involves the 038 machine again. We'll have to see what happened, as cars already loose on entry. And oh man, folks, that is a heavy hit for the 038 machine. He got loose on entry just like we saw before. Rear tires get hot, and he sadly overcorrects it, and man, that car is done for the day. And I think it takes along with him the 83 machine, because both of those hits very heavy and ending the race night for probably both of those drivers. Maybe with a minute here, folks, we'll maybe try and talk to the 114 machine and see what... Actually, I don't think we'll be able to get a copy from the 114 machine. As we are coming into the closing laps here, this time by, we'll see 30 laps to go here at Richmond. So, gotta start wondering, when is it? I assume from now here on out, it's definitely go time. It's all not too much tire saving left needed, and it's all about what you can push your car without pushing it over the limits, like we saw some drivers doing, like that 038. And these cars are pretty unforgiving with these body styles, especially. There is not too much sound force in these NASCAR Cup cars this season, so if it does get sideways, it is almost impossible to save, especially here on iRacing, where you know you don't get the seat of the pants feel as real life. So if you see a car get sideways, it is very hard to save, as you can tell by tonight. So just makes those saves that happen all the more impressive. As the lights are extinguished once again on the iRacing pace car, we will double file them back up and get ready to go back green flag racing. Alrighty, folks. We are double filed up. The iRacing pace cars down pit road. We get ready to go back. Green flag racing. And the 29 machine jumps on the loud pedal. We are back racing here. He gets an awesome restart. Let's see if the 1 can clear the 97. He will into turn number 1. Now the 14 will roll that outside line. Try and get that momentum. Carry it down the back stretch. As 1 car in the wall. I think that was the 10 of Vernon. They will keep it straight. The 9 car looks like he has a little bit of damage, though. Looks like that car will be on track. Everyone keeps it clean and green as we complete 172 to now 173. Time by everyone putting in their fastest laps on track. Everyone knows it's time to go. It's time to push. The top 3 just ran in 0.02 of a second between each other that time by us. 1 car surprisingly there, and I think some of the leaders may have gotten the wall there. The 9 car facing the wrong direction. We'll have to jump in this yellow flag, get the turn 3 replay going, and see what brought out this yellow flag. It looks like it was maybe the 5 car, as we'll see what happened. The 9 car was already sitting there, and it looks like, we got other cars wrecking after. The 5 car maybe got a little bit of help, overcorrected, and made heavy contact with that outside wall as people tried to avoid him. But while we got a minute, we're going to try and chat to one of the drivers out there. Hey man, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Brett?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself? You're out here on track, right?
For the time being, yeah. No, it's been slick, Brett. It's been slick.
Oh yeah, it looks like these cars are a handful here at Richmond. Seems like you've had a pretty up and down night tonight. How's your night going? How would you describe it?
It's these cars are really tight in the corner. Very slick. You just got to go slow. That's all I can say.
Yep, the good old classic. Every racer loves to quote it. The good old "got to go slow to go fast."
That's right.
Alrighty, man. Well, hopefully you can bring her home in one piece from here on out. I know probably not the night you were hoping for, but glad to see you still out there on track, clicking down the laps. Gotta love to see it to stick it out through the whole thing. So best of luck to you for these last 24 laps. And before we let you go, anyone you got to give a shout out to, thank you to on the broadcast?
Oh yes, sir. I'd like to thank our sponsors, PSR, iNascar. Great series. Just this track is terrible. But all in all, a good night.
Alrighty, man. Well, best of luck to you for the rest of this race, and have a good one.
Thank you, buddy. You too.
Alrighty, folks. That was the driver of the 83 machine chiming on in there. Getting a word with, everyone in this field. It doesn't mean you got to win a stage to be interviewed by Brett the Jet. We're all inclusive out here. As we have the 29 machine still leading the way, the 1 car in second. Third is the 97 machine after that great restart that the 114 got loose on. He's back up to 9th though, so don't count him out just yet. 4th goes to the 79, and rounding out the top 5 is the 28 machine. We haven't heard too much from Jeff Vickery, but he has made us a quiet comeback and now inside the top 5 in this 28 machine. So we'll see what he has to offer in these last closing laps. I'll keep an eye on him. As the lights are extinguished once again on the iRacing pace car, we are ready to go back at it here from Richmond. We wait for the 29 machine to jump on the loud pedal. He does that just now, and we are back green flag racing. The one car able to clear the 97 and the 79 of Scott Thomas with a big run. He's going to have a run maybe even on the one down the backstretch. He's going to be able to put down that power. It's a little bit of bumper tag down the backstretch with a lot of cars. All these guys know it's go time. As he's able to clear the 97, but a little bit of contact. Scott Thomas up to third as they run. And now they'll go back side by side as the 79 had to wait on the throttle down the backstretch. And they're side by side as well with Vince Burns and Jeff Vickery right there in their own battle. As we see the 114 once again get big time sideways, but he throws it into turn number 3 to the inside of the 99. As the 99 gets sideways, they make some contact, but keep it straight. That could have been really bad, folks, as they go almost 3 wide into turn number 1. Oh, the 10 car absolutely sends it in the corner, locks it on up, and we got cars going around on the backstretch. That was a crazy sequence of events, folks. I was just waiting for that yellow to come out because that was way too many incidents and contacts for there not to be a yellow here at Richmond. So we'll do the turn 3 replay and see what brought out this most recent yellow flag. As we see the 27 drive it in there with the 99, gets a little bit loose, makes a little bit of contact with the door, and then, oh man, gets the apron, and then the 14 kind of having a little bit of connection issues, but just gets the inside wall, so not too much damage, luckily, to any of those cars involved in that recent yellow flag. Oh man, folks, look at this. We are getting inside of 15 laps to go. So it's most likely going to be a shootout to the end, folks. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you're all settled down nice and comfy, because this is when it gets really intense. This is when the palms start getting sweaty, knees getting heavy. We are back here at the Richmond Raceway. Be sure to check out Sim Wrap Market for all the best sim wraps on any car you need. Anything you want to stick out on, maybe let's say a Turn 3 Racing Network broadcast, be sure to check them on out. So here we go, folks. This is the beginning of the end here for these drivers. You know, this is make or break time. You can't have any big mistakes from here on out. and you got to hit your marks every lap to try and get this win and even a good finish, because we still have 19 cars on the lead lap here fighting for every one of these positions. Of course, a win and trying to get their way in these playoffs, as this is round 16 of 18 of the regular season, and then we start the playoffs. As the lights get extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we'll double them up and get ready to go back racing here. As it's going to be hard to beat this 29 machine here, especially with the amount of laps left. You know, he's going to be on top of these restarts like every restart. And then, you know, he's got to hit his marks, try and see what he can do. As we are back green flag racing once again, Sean shoots out from a cannon and about 2 car lengths over the one machine. The one able to clear himself though and get down to the bottom. And this is the closest second has been on a restart, so we'll see how he can do as the 99 machine big time sideways somehow keeps that car straight. We stay green flag racing as now the 79 and the 97 go at it for second as one car hard in the outside wall. I think that's the 5 of Richard Mills. Looked like maybe a tire went down or something, because that car went straight into the wall off of turn number 4 and heavy right side damage to that car. So a bummer of a night for his night to go that far. And heavy inside, and from third place, Scott Thomas with heavy left side damage. He got loose off of turn number 2, smacked that inside wall. So big time implications for the 79 machine to lose it all with 10 laps to go. That's so heartbreaking for that team. We go back up to the front here inside of 9 laps to go now. About 0.3 of a second between our front 2 runners. The 55 machine trying to get back up there as well. Same with the 114. We saw Brandon get big time sideways. One car sideways down the backstretch. That is the 10 machine of Vernon Broadbeck. He somehow keeps that thing going in the right direction. He was almost in the outside wall, inside wall. He was all over the road, but he keeps it straight. We stay green flag racing here, as these leaders have a little bit of lap traffic in front of them. That'll be the 17 machine of Dan Jensen, as the 97 is catching these leaders as we get a yellow flag here, guys. We got a bunch to back up and do it all again. We'll have to see what brought out the yellow flag. It looks like the 38 machine of Zach Miller may have brought it out. We'll go check out the replay and see what happened. As once again, it looks like that bump off of turn number 2 gets another victim. He does a good job keeping it off that inside wall, but hopefully doesn't spin it out. And whoo, that 10 machine just squeaks on by. He went for a gap, had his foot in it, and just missed making heavy contact with this 38 car. As now it's going to be too late to pit for tires, so now we'll see what they can do. Everyone last pitted on lap 153, so no one in the top 5 has a tire advantage over another driver. It's just going to be who's saved better than the rest. Looks like the 16 machine is the lucky dog here. But yeah, this will be technically a green-white checker, but won't count as an official attempt here. And folks, I'm not sure how many green flag, green-white checkers we would attempt if we get to it, so I will be calling it as I see it throughout this in these last little bit. So we'll see what will unfold, as now we are under 5 to go here under yellow flag at Richmond. as they sit. There's two people pretty close in the biggest movers race right now. We got, of course, the guy that's been doing it all night long, Vince Burns, in the 55 machine right now, sitting in 5th. He is up a whopping 18 positions, but another guy tracking in the right direction. We saw a little bit of issues from him, but he has turned his night around. That would be the 31 DoorDash machine. He is all the way up into 10th position, inside the top 10, and up a whopping 16 positions. So we will have to see what unfolds here, because it's about to get crazy, folks. If you thought you saw crazy before, you don't know what's in store. And get a little bit of an update from our buddies over here at the league. There is 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered. So as I don't think this will attempt for a green, white, checker, but it may. We'll have to see. But we for sure have 3 attempts at it to see what can happen. As the lights are extinguished on the iRacing pace car, we are going green for attempt number 1 at a green, white, checkered. Sean has to be very precise on the start, you know, not go when he normally does. Keep the field guessing as he jumps on the loud pedal. We are back green flag racing. Now Joey has to clear the 97 into turn 1 if he wants a shot at the lead, but the 97 throws it on in there on the inside. They are side by side for second. This is what Sean wants to see in his rearview mirror. These guys got to sort it out quickly, though, if they want a shot at this win. And it looks like everyone keeps it green. We are on the white flag lap presented by PRA. Sean leading the way over Joey and Dylan in 3rd as they go down the backstretch for the final time. They're wrecking in the back. There's all sorts of cars involved down the backstretch, about 5 of them. But coming off of turn number 4, Sean Jensen gets the win. Joey Stats in 2nd. Dylan Schultz in 3rd, Brandon Feder place in 4th, and rounding out the top 5 will go to Jeff Brogdon as all sorts of cars trying to get it sorted out down the backstretch. But Sean Jacek is tonight's big winner here at Richmond, winning round number 16 of the iNascar series. We'll throw the camera on him and let him burn it down for the fans at home. We'll see what he's got left in this 29 machine. As we see the 29 machine burning it down for all the fans out there. We'll see him. We'll be talking to the top 3 after the race here, so don't go anywhere. We'll be talking to Sean, Joey, and Dylan right after this break. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Alrighty, folks, we are back here at the Richmond Raceway. We have our third place finisher, Dylan Schultz, out here. Dylan, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Alrighty, man. How was this 97 machine? We saw you kind of come and go. Pretty sure, I think everyone got some sort of big time out of sorts down the backstretch. How was this car tonight? It seemed like turn 2 was everyone's Achilles heel tonight.
Yeah, the car was real good. I did get a pit road penalty towards the middle of the race and had to work my way up back to the front, but I hung around top 5 pretty much the whole time and had a good battle at the end there.
Yeah, that was an impressive battle from the top 3. I'm impressed, Dylan. I got to give it to you. You threw that thing in there in turn 1 on that final restart. I'm impressed that thing stuck.
Yeah, I did what I could, but I think the high line was the way to go at the end because they were coming on the top.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like, especially if you hit it right, rolled the right momentum, you could really get some awesome runs from that top side. So, Dylan, once again, congrats on the top 3. I'm sure that's nothing to laugh at here from these guys. It seemed like a quite talented field out here with some pretty good caliber throughout this field. But Dylan, before we let you go, I'm going to go hand the mic over to you and let you thank who you got to thank for this 97 machine here tonight.
Just my race team, Snake River Racing, and everyone who contributes to this league and puts it together, really. It was a fun race.
Alrighty, awesome stuff, Dylan. Well, hope to talk to you in the future, and once again, congrats on the podium finish for you tonight.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks, that was our third place finisher. Now we'll dial up our second place finisher, and that would be Joey Stats in the 1 machine. Joey, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. So we talked to you at the end of stage 2. You get that stage win, and tonight, and for the final win, oh so close, you come home second, though. Nothing to laugh at. How was that car that last stage, and what was maybe going through your mind on that last restart?
I just needed some more green flag running. I think I was a tad bit faster exiting the corner than the 29 and could hold even with him entering, but I just need a little bit more green flag racing to be able to get by him. Got close, though.
Yep, and you and the 97 machine put on a heck of a battle there at the end. I told Dylan, I'm like, man, I'm impressed you threw it in there that deep and it stuck into turn 1. I mean, what was going through your mind when you saw him driving in deeper than you were?
Oh, exactly that. I was hoping he was going to make it stick, because if not, I was probably going to be going into the wall.
Yeah, that was impressive for sure. But, yep, you hang on to a second place. Awesome job. With those yellow flags throughout, were you thinking of maybe coming down and getting another set of tires? It looks like besides 150, no one else took any extra set of tires.
No, I think they're that late and so many cautions, it was kind of worth keeping the track position over the tires. Just trying to get them on restarts, that's all you could do.
Yep, and that seemed to be the case tonight, especially with those incidents further in the back. You know, you might as well save your race, save the race car, and try and take care of those tires that are underneath you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alrighty, Joey. Well, before we let you go, we'll hand over the mic to you and thank who you got to thank for this one team here tonight with this runner-up finish.
Well, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting us, RS Button Boxes, PRA Prodigy Racing Association, and Butt Kicker. I think this is my first race and I just joined these guys, but I'm pretty sure RS Button Boxes and Butt Kicker have actually put a prize at the end of the season for us, so if so, I appreciate that.
Oh man, well, awesome stuff from our sponsors. And Joey, congrats once again on that runner-up finish. Definitely an awesome run by you, especially with the talent in this league. So best of luck to you in the future and hope to talk to you again here soon.
Yep, hopefully next week. Thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was our second place finisher. Now we'll try and dial up our race winner. That would be the 29 machine of Sean Jadzik. Sean, do you got a copy? It's Brett the Jet in the booth here.
I got you.
Alrighty, man. Well, talking to you once again here, this time at the end of the race and down in victory lane. How was this 29 machine? And man, that was an awesome win by you.
Yeah, the 29 car was good all night. I know Joey there, he was fast too, so definitely trying to change up how I was driving the car just to keep him behind me. I know I made a pretty costly mistake there in the beginning of the second stage that, I couldn't get back to the lead. But we got the lead there in the end, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Sean. So I got to ask, with that caution that came out at like 150, was that a good thing or a bad thing that everyone ended up on even tires? Because it seemed like Joey was catching you pretty heavily before that with those slightly newer tires than you.
I wanted it to caution to come out around that time anyway. I was hoping Joe would be a little further back in the pack, but he just got a nose on me in the center of the corner when the caution came out, which pretty unfortunate timing, but I was lucky enough to have a really good pit stop and beat him out of pit road and never look back from there.
Yep, that was definitely the turning point of the race, I'd say, with that yellow flag. But Sean, we got to ask, they're always stressful, those green-white checkers at the end. What was kind of your thought process, and how'd you stay calm during those last couple laps?
I stayed calm because I know how hard of a track this is, to get around guys here. So I figured as long as I'm changing up the restart and doing it at different times each time, it's gonna be pretty hard for any of the other guys behind me to match it, especially with me launching off there in first gear. So I really wasn't all too worried. I actually like seeing those cautions there, even out the tires a little bit, and put some heat cycles in them because I know I was be able to stay ahead of Joey that way.
Yep, and that you did, Sean. You're on top of it for all your restarts, so you did what you had to park it down in victory lane. So congratulations, you win round number 16 for this iNascar series, and yeah, it looked like you're pretty strong here. You looking forward a few weeks here to the playoffs, let's say?
Oh, definitely for sure. Look forward to every Thursday night, but playoffs, that'll be a good time for sure.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff. Once again, Sean, congratulations on the win. That is definitely awesome, especially with the caliber of these racers out here tonight. It definitely looked like a stout field. So, once again, before we let you go and celebrate down in victory lane, I'm going to go hand the mic over to you and let you thank who you got to thank for this 29 team here tonight.
I thank my sponsors, Sparkle and Shine and Premier Setup Shops. I'd like to thank you up in the booth there, and all of our league sponsors too. I thank all the admins of this league and are putting on a good league, and this is going to be a place where we're gonna want to be for years to come.
Alrighty, well, awesome stuff, Sean. You have yourself a great rest of the night. Go celebrate down in victory lane. I'm going to go wrap up here in the booth, and then of course join you down there for the after party. So Sean, have a great rest of your night.
All right, thank you too.
Alrighty, folks, that was our race winner, the 29 machine of Sean Jancic. And now we'll run through tonight's finishing order. So like we just talked to, Sean picks up the race win here at Richmond for round number 16. Second place goes to Joey Stats in the 1 machine for Nightmare Motorsports. Third will be Dylan Scholl in the 97 machine, who we got to talk to first in those interviews. Just outside the interviews is Brandon Federplace in the 114. And rounding out the top 5, we'll go to Jeff Brogdon in the 14. Vince Burns in the 55 machine will finish in 6th and be tonight's biggest mover, moving up a whopping 17 positions. 7th will go to Jeff Vickery in the 28 machine. 8th goes to Matt Allen in the 127. 9th, Clark France in the 15th, and rounding out the top 10, Mr. Costello in the 31 machine. 11th goes to Cody Keller in the 23. 12th is Josh Douglas in the 8. 13th is Nick Wing in the 99. 14th, Cody Schultz in the 16. And rounding out the top 15, Stephen Ford in the 27. In 16th, we got Vernon Broadbeck in the 10. Zach Miller finishes in 17th in the 38. Dan Jensen in the 17 finishes in 18th. 19th goes to Richard Mills in the 5. Cody Samlin is 20th. 21st is Scott Thomas. 22nd goes to Benjamin Bryant. 23rd, Philip Neese. 24th, Sean Kimmel. 25th goes to Dan Hughes. 26th, Cody Miller. 27th, and did not complete a lap, was Ryan Dent in the 11 machine. So, folks, that will do it for Racing Action here from the iNascar series. So, like I said, be sure if you're interested in them, check them out on Facebook as well as the iRacing League pages. Of course, we got to give a shout out to, once again, that Prodigy Racing Association. Be sure to check out them if you're looking for some buddies in the PlayStation Network with some racing interests. Of course, got to also check out RS Button Boxes as well as Butt Kicker. And of course, if you're looking to get that sim wrap to the next level, be sure to check out simwrapmarket.com. I have been Brett the Jet in the booth here for Turn 3 Racing Network. Be sure to check out Turn 3 Racing Network. Throughout the week, we are broadcasting 6 days a week. So be sure to check out your favorite broadcasters as well as see what's going on. There's always some great racing action to be watched here on the network. Thanks again for all you guys tuning in live. Thanks again to all the replay viewers out there. Got to give a shout out to all the great drivers here at the iNascar series for putting on a great show for me to commentate and for you all to enjoy. So everyone, have a good one. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the fly. And remember, folks, this has been Brett the Jet. And remember, just flew by you. Have